You are listening to the decision reel.
Hey, welcome to the Decision Reel Movie Review Podcast, where we review movies of today and yesterday. I'm your host, Steve. With me this week, we got Wally, we got Josh. We're looking at a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
Picked by Josh.
It's funny. This movie's ridiculous.
It's a good one.
And when are we going to review a movie of today?
We've done a couple.
When we've done it today?
We've
done of yesterday.
We did, so me and Tara, one week, did the new Jurassic Park Dominion.
That was one.
We did that Ghosts of whatever, Ghostland. That was a new movie.
Yeah, it wasn't that new.
Newer.
Sure, it was in Red. The one I bought you for that
Yeah.
exchange. I bought that from a Redbox.
Well, I know.
So it had to have been out for a while.
But it was like 2020, I think. It came out, remember, it was like during COVID. And then we recently did the Scream movie, the newest Scream movie that came out.
That was a good one.
Okay.
So there's been episodes that you haven't been on this.
Don't you dare.
That have been new.
Don't you fucking dare.
No, just throwing it out there. You know. Anyways,
all right.
Before we do get too deep on this review of Out Cold, I want to say, if you like what you hear, if you've been listening before, check us out on our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at The Decision Reel. We got a YouTube that you can watch us on. We're pretty much everywhere. Also, you can go to our website, which is www.thedecisionreel.com. Find some merch. Support us.
Those are my legs right now.
Yeah, I know, right? In those Spanx.
Yeah,
Is that
me.
it?
Yeah, I got a pretty good form.
I like it. We got
figure.
we got t-shirts, hats, cups, tight leggings, stickers.
Tights.
You can use the code REEL10 REEL10 to get 10% off your order because we're just trying to be
Proactive.
I guess.
Hook it up.
Everybody's out there like we got Patreon and you can support us out and let's buy a t-shirt.
Sure. Or we should make a Patreon.
And then you get a t-shirt. I don't know. Maybe.
Sure. If you reach a certain amount of money, then just why didn't you buy it?
Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyways, back to the actual movie that we're here for. The plot: a snowboarder's plan for his own snowboard park goes awry when his ex-girlfriend returns to town.
Out cold.
Out cold. I want to say something though.
Out cold. Yeah.
You're right. That's not the plot of this movie.
Not at all.
It feels like more like they're trying to not let the town get taken over.
Right, but it's not the snowboarder's plan.
Yeah,
It's the town coming together.
Where's Wikipedia?
It's IMDb. That's where I get
Really?
everything from.
No,
right.
it's like I would say it's like Muntz has decided to sell his inheritance.
Yeah.
And the local town says, fuck no.
Yeah,
Pretty much. Right.
And then changes his mind. Like, whoa.
He comes around.
Hey,
right.
good movie.
Yeah. I mean, this movie's definitely one of those early 2000s flicks that like you can't make anymore, or nobody makes anymore.
Oh, there was a couple retarded.
There was a couple F's in there too.
Yeah.
There was the old whatever scene, which still makes me laugh. I don't know if you got to that yet.
I've seen the whole movie before.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
all right.
It's hard not to have seen this movie. I think
True. Growing up in
our
that
age.
I hope so, because I was wondering. I was like, I don't know if this movie is that popular. Because I saw it, man, it must have been 2004, 2005. I know I was in high school.
I've always been like a extreme sports.
Well, that's what I was
kinda
going to say.
guy. Right.
That X Games
Yeah.
era, everybody
Yeah.
was watching like this or Grind or any
Red,
other
Red
movie.
They had fucking Red Dragon symbols everywhere. And
Yeah,
that was a huge
right.
skateboarding thing.
Exactly. So if you were in this, there's no way you missed this movie. If you were in the American Pie kind of movies and all that stuff
that
too,
scene.
right?
Yeah, okay.
So if you did miss it, go back and watch it because you're going to love it.
It's worth it.
This shit's hilarious.
It really is. Especially,
It's like a womanizing.
I mean, is it though?
In the classic way. That's how they did with everything. Like the way she came in.
Okay,
whipping
yeah,
her hair
yeah,
around.
sure. So the supermodel, Victoria
They
Silvstedt
zoomed
or
on the
whatever.
butts.
Yeah.
which
They
is
did, they
from
did.
the,
On the
the
butts.
jukebox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're
the bull,
right.
The bull riding scene was something else.
Yeah, titties and the what is it? Fucking the ski lift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
That's
dreaming,
hilarious.
and he's humping the bench.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, clear. I'm not mad at it. I'm just stating
Jiggle
a
the
fact.
handle.
Oh, you're right. You're
Jiggle it.
yeah.
You gotta get lower.
It's like, grab me on my waist. Lower. Cool.
Now the bull riding scene in the credits, I think, is 100% better.
Yeah. Was
Oh,
that?
is it?
With Zach
I see.
Galifianakis, He's got like balloons for tatas, and he's like taking them out and biting them to pop them. It's funny.
What a funny, like, I completely forgot he was in this.
It's
By
got-
the way,
it's
it's
gotta be
like
one of
it
his
had
first,
left
right?
me. Yeah.
So this is his first supporting role.
Yeah.
And he is snowboarding in this in scenes.
Yeah.
So I think he can fucking probably shred a little bit. You know,
And the funny thing is, he still looks fat to me, but he is not fat in this movie.
I think he's just one of them
He's got
guys.
those little pot belly.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I
it's
think
the
he-
face and the beard too.
Yeah,
Add
I
to
think
it.
he's just
Yeah.
stocked up a little bit with a little bit of love. You know,
he's a little stocky. It's fine. It's good. Where to watch this movie? You're gonna have to buy it. You can't find it anywhere streaming for free if you're on a subscription. And really, it's not very many places. You're gonna watch it on Google Play, Amazon, Apple TV, Vudu, and then YouTube TV or whatever that they got. But you gotta pay for it.
yeah, I did.
Like
I
$4
bought it.
too.
I
Like
bought it on
Yeah,
Sony.
429. I was like, whoa, wait, whoa.
I get it. I get it. Like no one's buying this movie or renting
Yeah.
it that much. So
I'm not gonna lie. I needed to buy it. I've rented it twice in the last year already.
Yeah, what,
yeah, there you go.
what a crazy model, right? They like gave people just enough time to throw away all their DVDs and the
Yep.
things that read DVDs, and now they're like, okay, well, we can just keep renting these movies to people the rest of their lives.
well, and that's why I keep physical media. And I remember if we were gonna turn it over to the PS5, whatever Xbox thing of digital downloads. Just download the game digitally and
Right.
whatever. They can
Yeah.
take that back whenever you want.
Yeah,
Also,
they
I'm gonna-
have
Yeah.
done that.
So I'm
To
gonna
my
bring
Metal
up.
Gear Solid games.
Yeah, huh? I'm gonna bring up the biggest, which was PT. You remember that demo that came out 10
Playable
years ago now?
teaser.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, and then that horror guy.
Exact.
What
Well,
was that guy?
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
So they came together with Norman
This
Reedus.
is beyond me. This is great.
Hold on.
Yeah. Really
So
quick.
they came together
It's
and
terrifying, by
they
the way.
made this playable teaser. It was a demo that came out, and like there was
Norman
no.
Reedus. They like hired actors and shit.
But hold
to
on,
do,
you
like,
didn't
it was
know
good.
any of this at first, right?
Right.
It was literally like something dropped on the PlayStation Store at one night, and people were like, "Well, what is this? PT? It's just called PT." And like the screenshot for it was just like a forest with a stump, and then it said PT on it, and people were like, "What the fuck is this?" Then they started playing it, and it's literally a L-shaped hallway that you walk through a door, go down the hallway, turn, and then go down steps, go through a door, and then that door leads you back in the door you went to, right? But the more times you go through it, the more it changes,
And the crazier that
and the
shit
crazier
gets.
it gets. And then you notice as you turn that into the hallway one more time, there's a random lady standing there, and she's not a normal looking lady. She's a little tall and a little freaky looking, right?
No, it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying.
I have
Like,
never.
They did the VR. Oh my god. They did the VR version of it.
I
What the
have
fuck?
never played a video game, and this is just a demo. I've never played a game that made the fucking skin on the back of my neck go,
I turned it off.
oh, dude.
So what's the goal? Just
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
So
No one knew for a
no,
while.
yeah, for a
Oh,
while,
okay, it's like that.
and that
Okay.
was the genius of it. It was this small little demo,
It was a
and
communal. People started talking about how to get through parts and shit.
Right.
Like
right.
that.
So you have to do certain things in a specific order, and look at. There's pictures on the wall, or there's like a phone that you gotta like look at, and like it all comes together, and then there's a fucking baby fetus in like a bath.
It's,
This is so
Oh,
heavy.
dude.
yeah,
in a
it's wild.
sink at one point, and it's crying, and then you got to like do something in a specific
it.
order at a specific time,
And if you do things out of order, this bitch just comes flying.
Yeah,
at you,
and she'll
by
kill
the
you.
way. Yeah. She
Yeah.
just comes. Ah!
Oh,
And
so
you're like,
the whole
what the
goal
fuck?
is just do everything in order to keep her put, essentially.
Kind of.
essentially. But then
Yeah.
there's one part where you go through where everything changes and it's red, and then you look up and there's a fucking fridge hanging from the ceiling, and it's like shaking and stuff. It's wild, and it
What do
again
like the graphics look like? Does it look like?
amazing,
Great.
amazing.
Great.
Really?
Like, yeah, realistic. They went realistic with this one.
So, and then there's one part where you got to like put your face up against the wall, and there's this little hole, and you got to look through it, and then you see something, and dude, it is crazy. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this was a demo for the new Silent Hill game starring Norman Reedus. But the only way you found the trailer to the new game was to beat this demo, which took months of people trying to figure it out
It's
on
genius.
forums. Oh, dude, it
It
was
was fucking
great.
genius.
And then once you finally figured it out, like you had to wait for the clock to chime like certain amount of times, and then like yell into your controller because at that point that it had like it was
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's the wildest shit.
So then once you did that, it unlocks this trailer of some dude just walking down the street, and it pans up, and it's Norman Reedus, and like that was wild when this happened. So anyways, this game gets announced, and it's with Hideo Kojima, who made Metal Gear Solid, and Guillermo del Toro, who, if you've seen Hellboy 1 and 2, Pan's Labyrinth, all that stuff, they came together to make this with Norman Reedus, and the trailer looked amazing. It looked great. there was some falling out between Kojima and Konami, the
Bunch of
studio that was
fucks.
behind it. And I guess basically Metal Gear Solid 5 went over budget and went over time and whatever. We don't need to get into that. So they ended up axing it, right? Well, because it's a digital thing and you can't get it, they took it off the PlayStation Store. So no one can download this anymore. No one can do it. You can sell a PS4 with that installed for like $1,200.
Wow.
Because unless you
People-
downloaded it, you can't get it.
People made hard copies of it. It's online, but you have to go in and do like 1,000 different things to fucking be able to pull
That
it.
and if
Really?
you get found out doing it that way,
Mm.
they can nix your account.
Bah!
Yeah. So
That's so crazy.
oh dude. So there was a VR, somebody made it in VR for the PC and I tried and
It's
again,
even worse.
scary as shit.
Even
I
worse.
I know what's coming and it's still scary.
Right.
And that got
Damn.
taken down, same thing. Konami's like, "Nope, can't do it." And
Anyways,
they
buy
took
hard
whatever.
copies of everything.
That's what I'm trying to say. Buy hard copies of everything.
I forgot what got us here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Look, on the decision reel, we go on tangents, long ass
no.
tangents
It's
for
frustrating.
real good stuff.
You
It's
think
very
you think they
frustrating.
planned it out that way?
No.
Like it's for whatever 29 for convenience at
Right.
this point. It's a convenience fee.
Oh, absolutely. Because
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
who's
yeah.
going to get off the couch?
Let me go fucking
I literally
out
found
cold
it.
in
I was
the
like, I
attic.
know I got it somewhere. I
Yeah.
found it, and then
Well,
I was like,
also-
I have no way to play it.
It's being stored on a server somewhere. That server costs money to keep up and running. Obviously, there's more than
Oh,
just
yeah.
that video
Yeah.
or that file on it, but that still costs money, right?
Yeah.
So I get why
Yeah,
some
Amazon
movies.
sites are huge. I don't know if you ever like actually been to one.
I've
but
been
for-
driving. Yeah,
I've worked there before. And
Warehouses.
It's, oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah, yeah.
It's like
Warehouses.
miles,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
mile. You're just like it just keeps going. Like they're the biggest buildings. It's crazy. And if they lose like AC or something like that, like
It's fucked.
those servers, if they lose like over $1 million a second,
That's
and anytime a server
crazy.
room's down, it's unreal. Fun fact.
Yeah, no, I worked in them.
Yeah,
that
oh,
was
did
like
you?
my job. That was like my job.
Yeah.
my JOB.
Yeah.
Speaking of JOBs, this was written by John Zack. Nothing else on his Wikipedia that he's ever done. This was directed by the Malloys. Here's interesting. They've directed a lot of music videos, including Blink-182, Newfound Glory,
Hence all the
Avril
music.
Lavigne, like all this style music. Up until today, they're still making music videos, but they have 3 other movies to their names, which is literally nothing that nobody even cares about.
Nice.
I like how in this movie they played the same songs multiple
Times.
Oh, yeah.
Usually they hit a song and it's out, unless it's thematic. But I believe they hit a few. Like I heard Jack Johnson
Yeah.
a few times.
Now-
Obviously, Island in the Sun for a reason, but I heard a couple songs a few times.
Story
I usually
beat,
don't
yeah.
see that.
There's to start this movie out, it plays my favorite Sum 41 song that nobody knows because they don't think of early Sum 41.
Hell Song's my favorite.
Exactly,
go ahead,
right.
keep going.
It makes no difference. It's from their first CD that nobody ever listens to. Fun fact about Sum 41, if we're doing fun facts.
Oh sure,
Sure.
I love fun facts.
They originally
Ooh.
started as a NoFX band, a cover
Sure.
band,
I can see
and they
that.
had a different singer. So Derek, the main guy who ended
the
up
blonde
becoming the
dude?
city, yeah, he was
Yeah.
just a guitar player, and they had some other dude who was terrible, but it worked if they were a NoFX band. So there's a bunch of early recordings of them playing, and it's not good because the singer sucks. And they were like one day, "Hey, Derek's actually a better singer. Why don't we make him sing?" And then they kicked that guy out.
nice.
I think it worked out for
Trim
him.
the fat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Pretty much.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Out cold.
I was just gonna do it, but you got me. Out Cold
I'm
is
trying to help here.
rated, thank you, PG-13 for language, crude and sexual humor, and substance abuse.
Oh yeah, lots of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
See,
that-
that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Do we still reference King of the Mountain to this day? Like me and a couple of buddies, like we still reference. We're like King of the Mountain. Like did somebody say?
Yeah, yeah.
like we still do that all the time.
I love there's one scene in that where he literally does a backflip or whatever, and you can see all the beer fly out of his cup
Yeah,
before
yeah,
he's
yeah.
ever even drank from it or put
Yeah.
it in his mouth. Whatever. I mean,
When they're about to spin the car around, or he's in the car, he says something too, and I said it for years, and I hadn't heard it
and then you're
until
like,
this
"Ah,"
movie, and
yeah.
I can't remember what it is now. But I was like, "Oh my god!"
Right.
There's a lot of quotable lines in this. There's a lot of like scenes that you don't realize not have been spoofed, but like
Right.
you knew about.
That car spinning scene just recently went viral. I think on like Barstool or something. I want to say like a month ago.
There
Like
you go.
someone brought it up, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, this is Al Coley. This is one of my favorites."
It's hilarious.
Yeah. He's like, I got it. It's like, he's spinning
I got it somewhere on here. We'll
And
get
he
to
just
it.
slams Pigpen's head like 6 times into the horn. Man, they beat the shit out of each other. It's so
great.
great.
It's-
dude.
And I love
Yeah.
that they're brothers,
Yeah.
but they look
Yeah.
nothing alike.
Yeah.
They couldn't be more opposite.
His name
I got
is
his inheritance.
Pigpen.
Right.
His first name's Pierre. Like his real name's Pierre. He's like, yeah, it's me. It's like, what?
Don't worry, ladies.
Oh,
Pig pen.
pig pen.
Yeah, it's great. This is starring I always want to say Jeremy London, but it's Jason London. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Jason London is Rick Rambis. What a name, Rambis. Zach Galifianakis is Luke. AJ Cook is Jenny. Derek Hamilton
so fucking funny.
is
His
Pigpen.
scream.
Yeah.
He's like,
Do you
he's
get,
like, he's
do you get
into
the
it.
scream? Do you get the scream? Come on.
Oh, I get it.
Wait for it.
And then it reverberates through the
Yeah.
woods. So good. We
I
got
I like
Derek-
what he
Yep.
the next the next morning
good.
he comes out with the fucking lime and the,
Yeah.
the hedge trimmer.
He's like, ooh.
He takes a sip of the rubbing alcohol.
So speaking of, David Koechner is Stumpy. This is one of his first movies too.
Oh, really?
And think of everything he's done after this.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
always that supporting whatever guy,
yeah.
Yeah.
but does it so well. I think this might be his my favorite role he's been in.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, everything about it.
And look,
yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but Anchorman, he was hilarious.
Well, yeah.
The chickens of the sea, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Whammy.
Whammy.
His outtakes in this are great. Like after the
He just
movie,
keeps
like his
talking.
outtake
Yeah.
scenes are fantastic. He talks about he's like, I invented snowboarding. You're like, what? Like just the most random shit, dude.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
All right.
just off the leash.
Yeah. We also got Caroline. This is, I'm pretty sure
Go ahead,
it's
Steve. Try. Let's see what you got.
De Havernus. DH.
To have a furnace.
AVERNAS. De Havernus.
Avnanus.
I mean, it could be something like
Avenus.
De Havernus.
That's tough.
De
That is a
Havernus.
weird one.
Yeah, but she's the love interest, so obviously
the
she
French girl?
is. Yeah, I mean that could be
Makes
something.
sense.
Played as Anna. We got Willie Garrison as Ted Muntz. Lee Majors as John Majors.
Yeah.
Gets me. David Denman as Lance and Victoria Silvstedt as Inga. Inga.
When they show.
Do you need help? Oh, you need help.
But like later when Lee Majors is like he's like one of your employees got this Willie caught in a hot tub, and Muntz goes, the Jets do feel really good. Like it's like yeah, it's like so perfect. Muntz would
Also,
say
I
that.
forgot to write down the guy from Reno 911 is
Yeah.
in this.
Oh, yeah.
Why does he always play like a gay guy?
That's just
The
it's his
lesbian
shtick, man.
chat.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Where he
yeah.
just
He's
keeps
like,
typing
yes.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And the way he's got the toothpick in his mouth and he's just,
And then
Awesome.
he's just fucking
Awesome.
his ass. in
He's
the
just
chair.
sitting there, yeah,
It's fucking hilarious.
but also, is that not the early or late 90s,
Yeah.
2000s chat room experience?
for
Like,
sure.
So fucking weird.
It's probably always just two dudes talking to each other,
Yeah,
but they
I
think
guarantee.
Most of the time.
on a lesbian chat room. Like, come on. It's fucking
I'm 5'10" with really big boobs.
awesome. The runtime on this guy, 89 minutes. That's all it needs to be.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
a movie like this is my jam. You know what I mean? Where it's that you're in, you're out, you do what you need to do, you make me laugh, and we go home. Right? 90 minutes, perfect. 89.
It's 90.
90 with the cuts.
I guess you're right. I guess. Release date November 21st, 2001.
2001.
Think about this for a second. A month before this is September 11th.
Oh shit.
How do you just release this? Like, yeah, we're fine.
We're fine. Put this out there.
We need the public to laugh.
Yeah, maybe that's what. Maybe like
I don't even know this went to
Well-
theaters, so that's I thought it was just straight to DVD.
It did go to theaters.
Mm.
Speaking of theaters, top 10 box office that week. Number 10, K-Pax.
I don't know what that is.
I have
What
no
is
clue.
that?
I thought you were gonna say more.
He's like, oh, I know.
I'm pretty sure that's who's the guy that got canceled for being gay and
So
trying to
how
touch
can you
people.
Get canceled for being gay. I thought it was the opposite.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little different.
I
think
said
there was,
touching
like,
people.
kids,
Remember when
Yeah.
he showed
younger
up at
people.
when all that happened? Then he was going to like the NHL games.
Oh yeah.
Remember he had like the Spacey
Yeah, the
faces.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
so
shit was
weird.
so. It was so.
Which
and
is
he was
sad
wearing, like,
because he was a great fucking actor. Dude.
Yeah.
Like
Well, normally when you're that good at acting,
You got trauma.
you got
something's wrong.
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying. Something's wrong upstairs.
Have you seen Tropic Thunder? Come on,
Yeah.
Kurt Lazarus.
I just watched that the other night,
It's
and I
so
was
good.
like, "How is this?" Number one, I was like, "How is this even on TBS right now?" I was like,
Right.
"How is this? There's no way multiple families have not just written in and been like,
Wait.
what are we watching?"
What do you mean,
Yeah,
you people?
you people.
It is
Nothing but the Jefferson. Did you just quote the Jefferson?
Hey man, ain't no but thing.
Have you seen all like the
Oh, it's
like
so good.
the extra shit where Robert Downey Jr. is still in character?
We-
when he's got
watched-
those guys
Yep.
like in the
Yep.
bathroom.
Yeah,
and
he's
got
crawling
his
on their
kid,
back.
It's
Yeah.
like the random lady and the lady's kids.
There's Charlie out there everywhere, man.
He's holding his gun and he's like, "Hold on, keep you in check."
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what the fuck?
Also, genius.
Yeah, I don't come out of character until the DVD commentary
And
drops.
then you watch the DVD commentary.
He's in fucking character. Also, that clip, he's in the bushes, in like was it hot dog? He's ripping hot dogs up and just throwing it. He's like, the Vietnamese, they could be coming out of the ground anywhere, man. You guys gotta fucking feed them. It's fine. It's so good. It's so good. God damn it. We need to do a review of that
Oh
on
my
this
God.
podcast. That was the second episode we did ever on this, and there was a whole different cast here.
Oh,
So I feel
man,
like it's
that
worth
movie's so good.
a review.
I'm
in.
Would that be it?
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm
I
in.
Yeah,
do that shit any day. Number 9, Heist.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I don't
Ice
even-
was good.
I don't know what that one is either.
They stole some shit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Number 8.
There's some type of robbery.
Number 8, The One.
Jet Li.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
that-
like me my cheesy action.
Is that the
movies.
one where he's like?
No, that's Unleashed. I just
Thank
watched
you,
that
thank
today.
you,
They
thank
just
you.
put that
That's
on
good,
Netflix.
too.
I thought the
yeah.
one was where like he had a twin or something like that.
The
He was like
One?
jumping
No,
through.
No,
time
it
or
was like
something
few. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You're right.
Yeah, or dimensions. I don't fucking know,
Something like
that.
that.
Yeah,
I need to go get on a Jet Li kick. 'cause-
yeah, red. Yeah, dude.
Speaking of Jet
The
Li kick,
was
look
it
at me.
Red Dragon or something like that? Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Where like it was the poison, and then at the end he like has to
Yeah.
kick it out of their face or kick it out of the guy's face,
It's good shit.
What's the
yeah,
one with
it's
a DMX and Jet Li?
cradle
thi-
to the grave.
Oh
good. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, 2, not T.O.
It was the 2000s. Everything that was 2
Because
was a
both
number.
y'all dying.
I would do the DMX thing, but I'm not going to do it. Not on today's date.
Woof woof.
Thank you. Number 7. Speaking of domestic disturbance. Oh, that was bad.
Oh, what?
What?
Keep it going.
Number
so
6. Out cold.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Six.
Like I said, I didn't
We've
even know
been
what's in
slowly
theaters.
moving back in the top 10. Though,
You're
for
right.
the
You're
past-
definitely right. But that's not bad. Think of the movie. Think of the timing. Think
Yeah.
of what's going
Sure,
on.
sure.
I didn't know that with the whole September.
Right? You don't think about that. You know what I mean? It's always in my brain when we're looking at movies and dates. Like any movie that was right before or right after, you
Right.
can see like a huge difference,
Yeah.
right? Also, the movies that were made a year after are so completely different than I've heard there's a lot of movies that were about to come out that they shelved.
Really?
They literally went, that's never going
Can't
to see
do
the
it.
light of day.
Right.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Well, and,
Maybe it has something to do with like some weird shit. You know?
well, not only that, but showing the Twin Towers or
Right.
showing things around bombings or
Mhm.
terrorist activity that was sort of the same. They're just like, can't do this.
Yeah.
It's going on the shelf. And some of them came out, some of them didn't. Some of them got reworked. I know there was obviously Spider-Man is one of the biggest, right? The
I completely
trailer
forgot
for
about that.
Spider-Man has him shooting a web between the Twin Towers, and there's a helicopter that hits it. They had to change a lot of scenes in that for because it was in all the movie basically the backgrounds of him swinging through the city, right? I mean,
Terrorists.
you
know?
could
From the Bronx.
hold on. You could keep the Twin Towers in Spider-Man. Nobody's gonna be like, hey.
Yeah, but people don't like as soon as even if it's like could be a little bit weird. A lot of times they just nick that shit, and they're like, no, we're not doing this.
Well, they also pushed the movie back too, right? It was supposed to come out 2001. They pushed it to summer 2002,
Okay.
right? Obviously, they had to change some stuff. But again, you're in an alternate reality. You're in New York City in the Marvel
Yeah.
universe. Like they could have the
Maybe
Twin
they
Towers,
don't have terrorists there.
right?
Plenty-
Obviously,
plenty of bad
Spider-Man.
guys-
Yeah,
plenty of bad
Spider-Man.
guys.
Right,
You know?
They're just trying to steal watches.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh shit.
Number 5.
You got a sundial. Is it Hercules? The guy comes out. He's like, you got a sundial. You want a sundial?
I don't know why. I was just thinking of little giants. He's just like, how fast was I? He's like, I don't know, son. I don't got a sundial. He's just wheezing.
When they're trying out for the Dallas
yeah.
team, yeah.
He's like, are you all right? What do you got in here? It's a fucking lunchbox in here. It's still
PB
good.
PB and jelly in this
Yeah.
helmet. Oh.
Yeah. Are they puffed or crunchy? Or what is it? Are they crunchy or puffed? Puffed. Fucking describes them.
That's a good one too.
Oh my God. Ed O'Neill. Amazing. Rick
Yeah.
Moranis. God damn it. Yeah. Number 5. Shallow Hal.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Is that Jack Black or is that
Jack
was it
Black?
Jack
Yeah,
Black,
yeah. Okay.
And what's his name from Seinfeld?
Yeah,
This is where he sees
George.
fat women thin.
Yes.
Right.
He sees. Well, no, he just sees the inner beauty.
the inner beauty of everybody.
Same thing, though, right?
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
hot
okay,
chicks
yeah.
are ugly
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're like bitches, and
Right.
then
Oh.
ugly chicks are
I'm
hot
trying to
because
remember.
they're really
I've seen
good
it. It's
people.
been a hot minute. Since
It's a decent movie. Jason Alexander, that's who we were saying. Yeah, George Costanza.
Yeah.
He's got a tail in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah, and it's just
Wax when he
wiggling.
gets
Yeah,
excited,
yeah.
It's so creepy.
But
Perfect
I
for
mean-
his character. Because
Yeah.
he thinks he's like hot shit.
Right,
And
right.
thinks he like deserves a 10 and can pull 10s. Yet he has a fucking tail. Was he breaks up with that one girl because her toe?
Yeah.
Her one toes. He's like, do you see the second toe? And it's just like,
But also, is that not just George Costanza?
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's good. It's good. Number 4, Black Knight.
oh, is this
That was okay.
Martin?
Yeah, Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Goes back in time, right?
Yeah, that movie was actually pretty good. Not a world
Talk
beater
about
by
something
anything.
that just went to the back of my mind.
And
that
now
I-
you're like, oh,
Never even saw the fucking movie, but I remember the exact
Oh, man.
picture
of
the,
him like holding the
Yeah.
sword with the fucking
Yeah.
basketball jersey.
You can literally sum that movie up in about 1 minute, though. Like, it's,
Okay.
yeah, it's,
Have you seen Kid in King Arthur's Court?
Yes.
Same fucking movie,
Okay.
but
I got you.
it's just Martin Lawrence.
middle-aged black guy trying
Right,
to,
right.
trying to get back to his girlfriend.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna watch that again.
Dude, it's not bad, but it's just you
Not
know,
good.
Yeah, there's no depth. you
Yeah,
know?
that
Mhm.
and Blue Streak, I can
Blue
watch.
Streak
Blue
is
Streak's
good.
great.
I can watch those two movies just endlessly.
Me
Like,
leaving a pizza with you, is like
Right.
leaving Kenny around me. I'm a, that's one of my favorite scenes.
Luke Wilson just being oblivious to everything in that movie too.
You're just like,
Wonderful.
okay, he's a detective.
Right.
Oh shit.
Top 3 that week in no particular order, and then we got to guess them. We don't need to write them down. We'll just guess. We got Spy Game.
The kids' movies?
Nope.
What
Just
is
Spy
Spy Game?
Game.
The kids movie. Well, I'm definitely lost inside the kids movies because those were my jam.
Monsters Inc.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a big one.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's
Oh.
Stone.
Oh shit!
Mm.
How long had Harry Potter been out? A
So-
while. It had to have been a while.
I remember looking up Monsters Inc. and it was in its second week. Harry Potter, I believe, was second or third.
I always feel like I remember Harry Potter's coming out in November, so that's probably not right.
Well, this is November 21st.
Oh well, then.
Oh, well, that would
I
make
mean,
sense.
yeah.
Nice fall movie.
Look at
nice
you.
3-hour movie to bundle up to.
Right.
snuggle. I'm gonna go Harry Monster.
Yeah.
And then Spy, whatever.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, same.
Spy Game.
Same
Yeah,
for
same.
me. It's-
Yeah,
it's
it
gotta
is
be.
number 1. Harry Potter number 2. Monsters Inc. Spy Game number 3.
Is that
so-
with? Is that with
Sylvester Stallone. I don't know. Probably.
Sylvester Stallone? I was gonna say John Travolta.
Oh, or that. I don't know. I'm just
Oh.
making it up.
Oh, Johnny T.
Oh, Johnny TT. So I want to say something here.
Either would be fine.
What do we think movie made more money, Harry Potter or Monsters Inc. overall?
Monsters Inc.
I gotta go Harry Potter.
Monsters Inc. by
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you got to think that was the first Harry Potter,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Oh, it
people weren't
was.
like.
Okay.
That's what skyrocketed that bitch. Everyone after
Yeah.
that was like, "Oh my god!"
So that to me is a little.
Like,
wild.
I always like downplay kids movies because you got to think like kids movies. They buy everything. They watch it endlessly. Like
You're right. Yeah. How many
Especially
times do you
Monsters,
go?
Inc. That's
Yeah,
like top.
that changed the
that's
world.
Top 7.
yeah,
I saw a fan theory that Boo from Monsters Inc. is a major character in another movie.
yeah.
Oh, she's Toy Story, the kid's mom.
Okay, I think I've seen that one.
What's the kid's mom and fucking Andy,
Andy, yeah.
right?
Oh.
So there's evidence showing that in Boo's room there's the daughter or what's the girl in Toy Story 2, the girl doll,
Daisy?
redheaded. Why am I?
Oh, Jesse.
Is it Jesse?
Is it the cowboy?
The
Yeah,
cowgirl.
yeah, cowgirl,
Je-
yeah.
Je- Jesse.
So there's evidence showing that in that room she had the hat that Jesse wears. Because if you look in the first movie,
Oh.
Andy's wearing that hat,
They're
but
also
it is not
classic toys too.
correct. But it's also Andy's wearing the hat, but that hat doesn't go to anybody in the first movie because Woody has a regular cowboy hat, right? In the second movie, Jesse's there with the red hat with the string right
Right.
around the brim. That hat is in Boo's room.
They do that, right? That's
Yeah,
what they do.
Yeah.
They tie them together sometimes.
There's a dog barking.
Get him.
The toys are moving.
because because I'm lazy. I'm not editing that out. Jesus Christ. Budget time. What do we think it costs to make
Oh man.
Out Cold?
Fucking 19. No, I'm gonna go 14 million.
14 million.
I was gonna get 15 million. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I guessed 15 million.
Oh shit.
Sorry, I
That's
guessed 10 million.
I was gonna
think
say
we-
that's the closest
that was been close. Sorry,
everybody's been together.
I guessed the next one 15, but I guessed this 10 million. So the actual
Okay.
budget was $24 million.
Wow.
Okay.
Tell me where they spent $24 million.
I was thinking maybe just the mountain, maybe renting. They're basically renting the town, right? Or
You
they
would
build
think.
that set. Who knows?
I'm just trying to maybe Victoria Silverstein was like, "Hey, give me $1 million to be in this movie."
Sure.
That Hummer probably cost of Jim Majors, but Jim,
Yeah.
Jim,
That
Jim,
guy-
I
guy's-
just got a Hummer.
That guy's lines are the funniest fucking part of this movie.
They are. They are.
He's like, pipe down, short stack.
Yeah.
Come on,
Dude, the
son.
guy was kind of cool. Let's be real.
He
Like,
was, he was skiing his ass off
right.
too. By the
Yeah.
way.
Oh yeah, he was keeping up. You can't hate the guy.
Yeah, pipe down, retard.
You can't.
He calls you retard to your face. We do it behind your back.
See, we're friends. But you can't hate the guy for coming in and trying to make money. You know, yeah,
he's,
he
an,
was,
yeah.
he's an investor.
right. He was changing stuff for the better, but yeah, okay. Snow Nook is a terrible name compared to Bull Mountain. Like, what was wrong with Bull Mountain?
Right.
Bull Mountain's dope.
Yeah, grab the bull by the horns. Let's go down this fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds tight.
I
But
liked Black Diamond on the Rough when he said it the
That
first
was-
time. I was
that was
like,
kinda
damn,
tight.
that's
I was like,
clever. Then
okay,
he
that
landed on
quick?
Snow Nook, and I was like,
Nah.
the fuck is a Snow Nook?
right,
Hold on,
we're
no.
just having a good time in the Snow Nook. I don't
A Black Diamond on the Rough. That sounds...
That sounds pretty cool. I'll go to
Yeah.
that. I'm intrigued.
Russell,
Yeah, exactly.
Russell Winchester.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Black Diamond in the Rough.
That's your first album right there.
Black Diamond. in the
Russell Winchester, Black Diamond in the Rough.
You want to hear something cringy
Oh,
as shit? That's what
goddamn.
my MySpace used to say. The Diamond in the Rough.
Really?
Yeah.
Diamond.
So that's what you want, myspace.com/diamond in the rough?
Could have been, yeah.
Or
Could
are you saying when you're laying it on the page, you had like the diamond in the rough?
I don't know. I don't
Sir
remember. I just
Walter.
remember it was there near my main shit.
It's so crazy to think I used to be able to code. And
Oh,
now
dude,
I
I
have
know.
no idea what I'm doing.
Right.
Like with a computer and all, I'm like, help! Like it's so bad.
It is wild. I remember coding a whole background of like a movie playing and like Family Guy sounds like when you would
Yeah.
click on things or do stuff. And now you're right. I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah, dude. I had ducks and shit. I had a duck, a pet duck on my page.
Nice.
But like, yeah, all that shit. I was like, I remember changing backgrounds all the time. Like that shit
Yeah,
was
like weekly.
yeah.
Like I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
But why am I looking at
Some
my own
music
page?
on your page
The
every time you got on there.
music, bro.
A
Yeah,
top
see,
8?
that was
No.
it.
Top 10? Top 16?
Wherever
Yeah.
you wanted.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Dope.
And then
you-
just
when
a
someone
comment
changed, I
page
just remember when
and-
someone changed their top one, it'd be like, oh shit,
Right.
like what happened?
Dude, you know what? That's so wild because like that would be like discussions at school
Oh,
for
yeah.
like weeks. Like, oh my god, he changed the top 5.
Big time.
Holy shit!
The
What
the
happened?
the I am chatting would be going off the charts.
Oh yeah.
Like
Be right back.
God, I feel so old right now.
Imagine trying to explain this to a 12-year-old.
No. Well, it's funny. We're almost circling back. Like Facebook is only a few things away.
Okay, so I got one. We played Tiki Bar
Sure.
on Saturday, which is a bar. My band played there. As we were setting up, there was people eating, doing their thing, and there was some young women having
Yeah,
a
you
meal.
guys got a bunch of weird. There's a bunch of little goofballs running around. at
Well,
your
I mean,
shows.
we're an emo pop punk band. You're gonna
I'm
get
aware.
you're
I'm
gonna get
aware.
all kinds,
I
right?
lucked out, and I was like, okay,
Ooh.
I get it.
So, anyways, this was before we even started playing. This was as we're setting up. So there's these two younger ladies having a meal. Instead of taking their phones out and taking a picture, she takes out a digital camera. They're probably 18 years old, maybe 21. Okay.
A professional camera for this?
No. A digital camera from like 2004 she takes out and starts taking pictures of the meal,
Okay.
each other. I did some research. This is the new thing for that age group. That is a vintage camera to them that they're using because it's vintage. And it's like, oh, look at us. We're using old technology, having fun.
Yeah, I love shitty pictures. They're the best.
Right, with the
The
red
fuck?
eye and all that. Yeah, but think about it. It's like us grabbing like a camera.
I would have walked over that table and slapped that
Like a
food right off
disposable,
that guy.
like a disposable camera.
Well, maybe not
Is
even that. Like a like
That
an
I can
old
see 'cause
old
it's
school one
tangible,
with like
like
you're holding a fucking
Polaroids.
you know.
Where the bulb has to break.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
one
a-
time.
explode.
Don't
You
move.
see that
Right.
a million ways to die in the West when he and he catches fire immediately. Like, he's like, I hate the West.
Some of those old ones, the reason they look so creepy is
'Cause
because they
you
had
have
to
to- yeah.
they had to not blink.
Yeah,
Right.
and stand
So
there
you
for
would
like a
see,
few
you would
minutes,
see
right?
weird fucked up
Right.
pictures. They looked like ghosts because they blinked once or twice.
I
Like,
saw-
the fuck.
I saw
With it-
one somebody was smiling in it.
Like, what? You had to look like a
Wasn't
psycho
great, yeah.
stand there for 2 minutes.
Or the take your hat off, son. That's a dollar bill.
That's a dollar.
Nobody show us the dollar. Ain't nobody seen a dollar. I love that movie. People can say that
Take your
Seth
house on
MacFarlane's
the
just
dollar
not with it.
Oh,
It's
shit.
great.
He's like, oh, you got the fart needles again, Dad.
You're late
Yeah.
for what? Fair enough. Oh, the goat or the sheep's on the roof again. God damn it! What a good movie. All right, box office. What do we think this movie made overall in its run in theaters?
20 mil.
20 mil.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. I'm going to go 15.
15. I guess 15 as well.
Yeah.
So opening weekend, it made $4.5 million.
That's actually pretty good.
It's not bad. Overall, 14.8. Look at us.
That's close.
Look at
That's
us.
close. Look at that. That's
Look
pretty
at that.
close there.
But again, it cost $24 million to make.
Yeah. But it's got to have the back end. I mean, look how many times I've rented it already.
You're right.
Like,
They're still making money to this day.
It's got to have the back end.
I've wondered.
It's just probably another guy that's like, oh, we got a couple guys.
Yeah.
In like 6 years.
Look at these idiots.
All right, boys, bust out that sequel fucking script that we've been
Come
sitting on.
man. Let's do
Also,
it.
okay, I've always wondered how this works, right? Like, this movie's obviously more than 20 years old. So when it makes money, let's say for some reason there's a big boom and people are like, yo, you got to watch this movie. And 1,000 people buy it and, you know, it makes how much money? Where does that money actually go? Does it go just to the studios?
They're probably just publishing house or studios.
Right, but is it saying, okay, this is directly for this movie and we accredit it to this movie? Or is it just, okay, the studio that made it or whatever?
Well, I think it's when it starts to get like streaming and stuff, they buy the rights or something like that, right? Or they rent the rights for
Sure.
that time period. So when when Amazon like right now is renting it, so maybe they just collect the money, even though they had to pay the publishing house to rent the movie to put it on there.
So that would be for a subscription, though,
Oh, right.
right?
Yeah.
This is just, it's here, you can
yeah, I
buy
don't
it,
know.
yeah, or you can rent it. So to me, yeah, if it was on Netflix or whatever, Netflix is paying, okay, we're going to have this movie for a year. This is how much you got to pay for it. Good question by me.
They gotta still get checks though. Like we were talking, we were joking. Like they still probably get like, oh shit, 50 cents.
Yeah. Oh no, they
probably
do.
just
They
pops
definitely
up in the
do.
mail. Like someone bought it. Yes.
Yeah. What's the guy from Drake and Josh? The Josh. He
Josh
was
Peck,
saying, yeah, he still gets royalty checks from that, but
That's
they're
crazy.
they're not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he still gets them, and he has to cash them. Like
Right.
it's funny. So he's oh, well, here's $20.
It's crazy.
Whatever. It is crazy.
Childhood fame is so weird.
It really is. Depending on the person, yeah, it's really
Yeah.
weird.
He made it out okay. I feel like I know you had
He's
to,
a little weird for a little while, but
definitely yeah. But I feel like they all are, man. Just
Yeah,
you imagine
he
being on
didn't
camera,
do
like-
Amanda Bynes. He definitely didn't do that.
He didn't do that. Well, isn't Josh? No, wait.
the other
Drake
guy,
is
Drake.
He got a
fucked
little
up.
wild too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, he's like either in hiding or on the run or something. I
something
thought.
like that,
yeah.
yeah.
You got to look at it. Like look at Macaulay Culkin went through some shit. Now he's fine.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. But some people take it good, some people don't. You got to think Wednesday. What's her face there? Who was Wednesday?
Ortega,
No, the real one, the original.
Ricci.
Yeah, Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
She's doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well that we know of.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I don't know. It's just,
Who doesn't?
Casper, Black Stick Man.
Oh, dude, Casper.
she
Casper
definitely.
is so good.
I told Laura, my girlfriend. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah.
I
You don't.
definitely,
It's not like
My
we don't know what a
roommate.
Laura
that
is.
was the joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. No, I was telling her like Christina Ricci was one of my first like emo crushes,
Mm.
like from that time period. It's like, oh yeah,
yeah.
this is the black hair. And
Yeah,
the fair skin. Like, come on,
yeah.
come on.
How can you
That's
not?
what I'm into.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
That's what I like. Tomatometer time. The Roddy T's, the Rotten Tomato score. Critics and audience out of 100%. What do we think critics gave this, Wally?
I think critics
Was that a bottle?
critics would have maybe slapped like I would like a 55 on it. I think audience, since it's current, I think an audience be a little bit higher. I think audience be like a 68,
Oh, that's.
So you said what for critics?
a 50 something.
50-something. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 40 on the critics. Probably like I was gonna go 80 on the audience. 'Cause it's just it's a timeless movie. Like, it really
Kind
is.
of right. Kind of right. So I went 15 on the critics.
Oh,
Makes
god
sense.
damn.
Makes sense.
And audience, I went 50. I was like, there's a lot of people that I talk to, but they're in my demographic that are like, oh yeah, out cold's amazing.
Right.
But anybody outside of my little demographic,
It's like, what the fuck?
they
Am I watching?
do they like it? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there was that window there of time with the X Games kind of crowd that you like this stuff or you hate it, right? Or you just don't get it, so you're not gonna watch
kind
it.
of dying too, man.
I know.
Like, it is, but it isn't. Like the X Games is like grown a lot. They're doing like Puerto Rico, Brazil.
It's like it's almost oversaturated.
They're doing, but the pots are so much smaller. The money being shifted in and out of these is so much. Yeah. Like skateboarding, especially. I can't really speak for a ton of other sports, but I watch these guys that talk about it. One of the other few podcasts I watch is called the Nine Club.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's all Street League and X Games. A lot of guys come on there. They were talking about how the pots back in the day, like early Street League,
but it was amazing.
Like 2010-ish, 2011-ish. Those years where it's like you would win $1 million, like $500,000 for like a single competition, and it's like 1/5 of that now, kind of.
I mean, it makes sense when sponsors pull out, when TV pulls out.
Yeah.
Not to say that X Games isn't on ESPN, but I've tried to watch it, and I think it's coming up here soon. It's always the end of June, July, I believe. It's never on when I want to watch it. Like it's
randomly.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
times a day.
Yeah. Normally
Late
they would do it
hours,
like
too.
it would be like a Friday night at like 7 to 9 or something.
Yeah.
But no, it starts at 10, and you're like, I don't.
Yeah, back in the day, that was it, man. Like, that was like we set aside weeks, like 2 weeks for like summer X Games and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that was the shit, dude.
But it's a weekend now.
Yeah.
Or was it always a weekend?
Nah,
and we just
it was,
perceived
dude,
time.
It was always like a week. There
Yeah,
were
I
so
think
many
you're
different
right.
events.
Well, I always remember the winter X Games being a Thursday through Sunday thing.
Right.
I remember that. So maybe I'm seeing
Maybe
that.
I'm tripping. You're right. Maybe it was only like 2 days. It just felt like it because we stayed up
I
and
think
drank Mountain Dew.
I'm pretty sure it was a little bit
Code
longer.
Red.
It was a little bit longer than 2 days.
No,
when
I think it
younger.
was a
Yeah.
Thursday through Sunday. I think it
Could have been.
or at the okay. They might have been doing the prelims too on TV.
Right. Yeah. I think
And
back
now
then
they're
they
just
showed
showing
everything.
now they're just showing whatever, and they're not even doing like the big stuff. I remember at the height they were doing rallycross, they were doing motocross, all this other stuff, and now they're barely doing it. They had rollerblading all the time. I miss the rollerblading, the vert, the street,
Don't
everything.
do that anymore.
Vert died. Vert went. Yeah, Vert was like
Yeah.
the big skateboarding event, and now,
Now-
it's
now
street oriented.
Yeah, streets pretty much everything.
One of the
right?
biggest selling ones. I don't think they do it anymore, but like 3 years ago, they would do games of skate, and that was like one of the most watched
Yeah.
Right.
things on X Games, which
Yeah.
is mind
Yeah,
blowing.
it's just quick.
It's just a
too.
couple dudes sitting on flat ground playing essentially
Right.
horse.
Right.
But it's kind of cool.
It's fucking.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that shit. I
Oh,
used to
yeah.
do that shit all the time.
I like it.
I still go to the park every once in a blue moon. I look at all the young kids. I'm like, anyone want to play a game of skate? I shit on them, then I leave. They're like, who's this guy?
Who's this
Where did he
old
come from?
bastard?
Still got it right out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking 8-year-olds.
Is
Don't
who's
got
this
shit on me.
fucking punchy dude just walking in here, tray flipping everything? What the fuck is
Barely
this?
looks like he can walk in the place,
Yeah,
but once
I'm,
he's
like,
on that
limping.
board,
I can't wait till I'm like 55, 60, and I have all the gray hair. But hopefully, I'm still mobile.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully.
then I walk in there, and these kids are like, "Look at
Goddamn.
this old guy," and they're like, "Holy God, this fucking geezer shreds."
Yeah,
Goddamn,
they
just
don't think you're
killing it.
wearing like this the fucking mask and shit. Like, no, it's
Yeah.
really me.
Like, I don't need a fucking helmet, and I pistol whip the ground and die real quick.
Dude, I
Local
love watching
skateboarder.
kids getting shit whipped into the fucking ground.
Dude,
Like,
I've
I
seen
don't know why.
horrific things. I've
Yeah.
been part of horrific things.
Yeah. Oh,
I've
me
been
too.
part.
It's bad, but I love it. I don't know why.
It's
Anyways.
always a good time. All right,
They get
so
shit whipped. There's a good ending credit in this where they get shit whipped around. They show all.
Oh,
the,
they get shit whipped in this movie multiple,
Yeah.
even at the beginning.
Yeah, just like, but they show like at the end where they're doing like big drop-ins.
Yeah, and they get fucked up.
Yeah, like on mountainside, and they're getting like they'll just roll for like a couple hundred yards. It's crazy.
Also, you think snow is soft
Oh no.
until you hit it.
Yeah,
I've never been snowboarding.
really.
No.
I
I'm a
used to.
skier, but
I've
Okay.
surfed and skated plenty, but I've never been on the snowboard in a legit place. I've been like on your grandma's backyard
Yeah,
hill
right.
kind of thing. But that's
Give me
about
that
it.
Walmart board that like
Yeah.
is barely
Man,
I used to snowboard a little bit
Really?
back in the day when not when I lived in Canada, but when we moved here and then we go back, I would try and do some stuff, but I miss it.
to
but
me,
I
it's,
don't want-
it's,
I
to
don't-
me, it's so unforgiving because you're locked in, like
That-
both feet.
That's what I was gonna
So
say though. Yeah,
unforgiving.
you get fucked up if
Yeah.
you don't know
Like,
what you're
either,
doing.
You're either destroying your ass or like you're just rolling on your
I'm
front.
in. I'm
Like
already in.
skiing's easy because I've been skating since I was 4, so
Sure,
like,
sure.
skiing's like second nature.
That
Like,
makes
it's
sense.
just-
Well, also with skating, people don't realize on a snowboard or skis, you're not like a skateboard where you're just flat. You're using the edges
Yeah.
of the board or the skis,
It's,
right?
I heard it was closer to surfing. That's what I was told it was closer to.
That makes sense, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
Anyways, tomatometer. Critics, 8%.
So Steve knocked this one out of the park.
8%.
That's low as shit.
I don't think this is that bad.
That
No.
almost hurts.
Yeah.
A little bit. You know.
Right. That's pest levels.
Yeah. That's a rough deal, man.
Audience
It's a
score.
bum rap.
Audience score. 84.
Yeah, there we go.
This might be the biggest gap we have ever seen on this show.
See, critics don't mean shit.
They don't, bro. They don't.
84?
Not even a little bit.
What
Yeah,
did I
that's
say?
wild.
80? I think I said 80.
You did.
Yeah, come on.
Well,
Let's go.
so you were fucking. Who's the out of you two?
I said 50 for audience. I think we can flip flop. You were good for audience, and I
Yeah,
was
terrible
good
for what's the
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
God
But
damn.
but again,
God damn.
I'm not saying that this movie is an 84, but it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like, there's no part in this movie you're just like, turn it off. At least to me, you know what I mean? Like,
It's a people pleaser.
yeah. There's
Well,
no lull either.
No, just the one-liners just constantly rolling. Like with at the end where they're trying to figure out what they're
I
gonna
want to
do.
cuddle. Just cuddle. Just go cuddle.
How do you say schlup inside? When she's licking his beard,
Yeah.
that shit's so good. But when they're talking about when like leaving the town, he's like, "Yeah, we can go work on the oil rigs
Yeah.
with our uncles." And Pigpen's like, "Do oil guys get laid all the time?" He's like, "Yeah, all the time." Pigpen between their 16-hour shifts and 6-month deployments. yeah, they get laid all the time. He's like, "I'm in."
There's only one continuity error with me in this movie that doesn't bug me, but I'm like, eh. So it's when the main character, Jason London, whatever his character, Rick Rippin or whatever the fuck it is, and Lance get together, and Lance is trying to be not gay again, but then he's like, "Oh, it's fine. We already know that you're gay."
Yeah,
He wasn't in the room when they all went through that.
right.
So how does he know that he finally came out and they had the conversation?
I don't think he knows. I just think they've all known. You know what I mean?
I get that, but
Because then it's like a weird voiceover. He's like, "I'm gay." As
Right,
he
yeah,
walks
yeah,
away. It's
yeah,
like
and
a
he's
really,
not
it's like
saying
a really
that.
weird voiceover. You're like, God, that's so weird.
definitely not saying that.
Yeah,
Right
it's
there.
like,
Yeah.
he goes, "Chicks, let Lance recall the text, guys."
And what women actually act like that? It was so funny watching her comment.
Women in movies.
Yeah,
You know
I
that
mean,
thing?
you never know. There could be people out there that watch this and go, "That's how I'm gonna
when he's
act."
upside down in the portrait, it's like short stack,
Yeah.
recharge.
It's so good.
IMDb gave this a 6.2.
Sure.
I
Out of
think-
10?
Yeah, out of 10.
Do you think
I
these motherfuckers just play it safe? I think IMDb just plays it safe.
Well, no, so IMDb is a aggregate of everybody who gets on the site.
Says who? Them?
Yeah, so I can get on there and put a score
No,
on
it's
there. and it
one
would
fucking dude that does what we do. Sitting in
He's
a
like,
fucking room, and he's like, "Okay, let's just fucking. I don't want to get fucking
6.2.
any headway for this. Let's just put it in the middle. Hit the button."
I get it. No, again, the scores are made up of user scores, so it's an average of everybody going on
Keep
there and
saying
saying
that.
Okay, I will.
I think it was one. I think
You
it's
keep
one fucking dude in a lesbian chat room.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Exactly, and that's what that
No.
fucking six
It's
score
two
is every
dudes.
time.
It's one guy
yeah.
going, "I got big jugs. What do you think? 6.2?" And that guy goes, "Awesome."
Awesome.
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 Oh my god.
All right. So who was our favorite character in this movie?
Probably. I don't know. There's a bunch of good ones. See, a movie like this, it's hard to pick one.
Right.
There's
Everybody's
there's-
playing their
yeah, they're
roles
great.
perfectly.
Yeah, it's a great group of friends. Like they play it well.
I mean, I hate to say it's Zach Galifianakis because he's almost the straight guy in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he's not
great.
being the normal Zach Galifianakis in all these other movies, but also he's being goofy and stupid.
Yeah.
Like the part where he snowboards off the roof to injure himself on purpose so he can get the girl
He's
away
like,
from the
"Inga,
other
I
guy.
love you.
Right.
I think the corporate the cowboy hat skiing guy. What's his name?
Lee Majors.
Yeah.
John Majors, whatever.
He's every time he's on, it's hilarious.
It is.
Just the funniest shit. I'm gonna go with him. Just be different. 'Cause
Okay. Again, like I said earlier, he's not a bad character. He's not annoying. He's not like that. He's not like a villain. He's made out to be,
Right.
but he's not.
Yeah,
like
just-
I
No,
get
no.
a beer with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You're just looking to do a business.
Right. And maybe his daughter. I mean,
Which
what you call this?
one fuzzy needle for the lady.
Right. It's funny looking back at that era of like this is what was attractive in women.
Yeah.
No butts.
So, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
No
No
butts,
All
man.
tits.
Yeah.
Until the
funny.
Incredibles came out. And wham.
Mrs. Incredible changed
Pixar
the
was
game.
Back to ass.
I can stretch.
It's beautiful
Whatever I
too,
want.
man. Like
So large.
no one had that right. You think
The
you think
rightness?
that was? You think that was like?
The turning point in America for butts.
No, do you
And-
think there was like a meeting?
The
Do you think
mom
there was
craze.
like yo, we're doing this, and they're like
Brad
they're,
Bird,
They're like
the director, was like, "Look, guys, whatever we do, I don't care.
yeah,
That
yeah.
butt better be fucking
Yeah.
scrumptious."
Either that, you just hear an intern in the back like bigger.
Right.
And they like, he's like bigger.
It's like one of the things that just digitally
Yeah, yeah,
pulls
yeah.
it out.
He's
But
like,
he's the guy in the back
perfect,
who's
yeah.
hungover, and hasn't said a word in the meetings they've ever been in.
That's about right.
He just make it just a little bit bigger.
Ah,
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have an extra real episode of figuring out the turning point of butts
Like
in
the
American
era?
cinema.
Like
I think
the,
we figured
the
it out.
pivotal Point.
Yeah, I think we figured it out
Like
already.
someone was like, "Oh, this is what needs to be."
Yeah.
And it was like a single butt.
yeah.
So we're gonna make a thesis
oh, this is
of-
good.
of butt turnings.
So we're going deep.
We need to
Into
prove
butt.
we're going deep into the butt.
Into the butt.
Yeah. We need to figure out. Look, only on the decision reel could you come here and find the real conversations. We're gonna prove unanimously
It was before The Incredibles.
No, it wasn't.
It was
Incredibles
before
was
The
2004.
It might have been before Incredibles. Look.
This is what we gotta do. We're gonna do. We're gonna figure
We're
this
gonna
out.
have to do research.
Maybe I'm just an OG
Butt
butt guy.
2153.
Jesus Christ. Well, hold on.
I think
it has to be.
there was a turning point from the breasts to the ass. Because remember, like it was always like the breast is like
Yeah,
the most sexual
sure.
kind of thing, and then I just think it kind of took a turn. To
Well,
the
think of
ass.
this too. Jennifer Lopez, right? Look at her evolution into everybody thinks about her butt now. They weren't before. When did it happen? Probably after The Incredibles.
Look, I want to believe you. I want to be there, but I think
When
it
did
might have been before
Shakira?
that.
When did Shakira really get big? I bet you it was after 2004.
Could have been
The
her, her
Incredibles.
hips don't lie.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I think we got something here. Extra real episode called "The Butts Don't Lie." When did the butt become?
I'm looking it up. I'm just gonna look it up to see.
What are you
what's
gonna What are you gonna type in? When did the butts become?
Yeah. When did butts in
When did
cinema
butts go
become
mainstream?
popular?
When did butts become big? Obviously, we can talk about Sir Mix-a-Lot,
He set the precedent too.
and that's in this movie,
Yes.
which is hilarious. Just to
Inga
bring
gets down.
bring it around. Speaking of
Pen.
around, God damn it. Name's Pen, Pig Pen.
It was well put together. Like you know what I'm like. There is pretty good continuity, like you said, through the whole thing. It's great how the token black guy is like terrible at snowboarding
Right.
Like,
Until the
can't-
end.
until
And
the
then he
end,
figures it
yeah.
out. You're right though. Like the movie itself feels like one thought process.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel disjointed. It doesn't feel like, we just got to do this. We got to do this. Oh, we got to fit this one thing in, or
Right.
let's do this stupid thing. And I also like how the story isn't like you think it would be, where the guy's obsessed with the girl. We haven't even really got into this yet.
Right.
But like the guy's obsessed with this girl. Whatever. They had a great weekend. However long it was.
He's like 2 weeks in the Bahamas or something.
At the end of the movie, they don't stay together.
Yeah. He sends her on the way.
Right. Like that's you don't see that.
Kind of
People are
growth. I
saying-
was gonna say that. Go ahead.
People are saying like the thong song was a big initiation into like
That could have
big
been
butts.
What was that guy's
the
name?
Cisco.
Q? Cisco. I said Q.
But that was 2014.
No,
Right?
Thong
No
Song was in
way.
the 90s. That was like 98. That was before I even moved to America. That thong.
Oh, the
He
summer
had
of
silver
2014. It was the best of times.
It was the best of
worst
times.
Jesus Christ.
Butts were on the rampage.
The butts.
But no,
I'm telling
that's what I was gonna say. My favorite character was Jason London because of
Sure.
the growth of his character.
Okay, yeah, because he is
kind of goes from this depressed guy stuck on this girl, and then he does ask out Jenny
at the end.
at
yeah.
the end. So
And
it's
she's
like,
kind of just like, fuck you, but all right.
yeah, he's like, well, they got together.
Yeah. And I again,
Steve, you might have hit it right on that with Jennifer Lopez.
I know what's up. I think it
knows
shows. I know my butts. It shows a human side of something that you don't see a lot in movies, right? Where you're indecisive or you have something right in front of you that is probably better,
Yeah.
but you're hung up on a fucking fling that could have been something,
Right.
because you're hearing the whatever song. What was the song, Wally?
What thong song?
No, not that song.
What?
The song in this movie, the Island song. Or
the
whatever.
Oh yeah, Weezer, Island in the Sun.
I'm trying to remember the The melody.
Hey,
And
hey.
a holiday.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And we just got demonetized because Wally's so good at it.
I don't want to never play that song again. He comes in so mad.
And you know what? At the end of the movie, it's playing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I think so.
Again, there's growth here, like you said. There's a good story here that, I mean, we don't see a lot of.
Right.
And for it to be mixed up in a goofy comedy, snowboarder, X Games style movie with, stone reefer motherfuckers shitting in cups.
Shouldn't go to the bathroom in the cup.
In the cup.
Because I don't need to take a test to tell you I do drugs. Like, big man puts a turd down. Oh, it's so good.
It was a good one, too.
Oh, yeah.
It curved right over the edge. Perfect. My favorite character is definitely Pigpen. I mean, he encapsulates everything of this movie. He is this movie. Even the part in the beginning when they're talking in the car, and he's like, and it's exposition, obviously, to get the movie to go forward and to understand stuff.
Yeah.
But the way he's just like, tell me again, because, I don't, you never told me
He's
before.
like, you never tell me
He's like,
before.
you're not going to remember anyways, but sure, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's great.
And he's like, who? He's like, damn it.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
punches
Even
him.
that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be in the movie, but it's hilarious.
He snuck in.
Right.
And how great is it that he has a Camaro with a snowplow on it?
Right.
Like that would never be. It's the most unpractical car.
And it's like lifted in the back.
Yeah.
I like it.
Perfect for just the old town, like just the ski resort town.
Yep.
Like,
And
that
he's got
no
the
one goes to.
Hawaiian whatever on the
Yeah.
dashboard. Yeah, it's good. So favorite part or scene then, Walter, of this movie?
Duck. And then he
Yeah.
throws a snowball and hits him in the balls.
He's like, come in.
It's good.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's the most perfect scene I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's so good.
There's a lot in this movie definitely to choose from with regards
I know
to.
it's hard.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like, reads it.
Gets hit in the balls.
God.
Sorry,
And
I
then
don't know why that's
she's
so
there to
funny.
like continue to break his heart, and then smashes his balls with a
Yeah.
snowball before the conversation starts.
Bitch.
Yeah.
what a bitch.
Man,
But
it's
funny.
so hard to pick a scene. Man, you go. I'll go last. Are you
So
ready?
obviously the skydiving scene in the beginning,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
it's the setup to it, right? Where he's like Pigpen, and he's literally just face down, drooling on a fucking on a
Snowboarding
bench,
down.
humping it, but the scene is played like perfectly too, like him flying down. And so he starts off in a helicopter snowboarding, then jumps off of a cliff, and then starts skydiving. And you can tell
Lands.
it's not him, but whatever. But then lands on the top, and then, all right, ladies, we got to take your tops off. And they're like, what? He's like, to fucking put them together so we can make a rope. Like,
He's like, now, people.
yeah,
You come hold my waist.
right.
Lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
And he falls, and he's like, yeah. Then he's just humping the bench. It's so good. He's like, you have a good time at the bench?
It's so funny. You got to jiggle it. You got to jiggle it more. It's funny. It's funny. This scene too, the guy coming out scene. I like how it's
Jenny's-
played. Well, think about it. I like how it's played because it's early 2000s, and they're just like, yeah, we don't care, dude. Like,
Right.
we know. Like, fuck it, just do you. It's so not glossed over, but so not a big thing that I don't know. I think that's a big thing in the movie.
Yeah.
It's not played for being, oh, well, he's gay and this needs to be a big deal.
Right.
So yeah, fuck, we know. Continue.
Exactly. I'm going to have to go with in the beginning when Jenny's going to buy shots, or when Jenny first walks into the bar,
Yeah,
when they're all
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
at the table, and he goes to buy shots, and Eric like sniffs her.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, whatever the lady will
Oh,
have,
yeah,
just
yeah.
put it on my tab. She's like, I'll have a beer
sniffing me?
and 5 shots of Goldschlatt or whatever. And he's like, it's just it's a great way to just introduce the weirdness
Of that guy.
of the only
Fucking
female
gross.
in that town. Because everyone yells, everyone's like, Jenny, when she comes in. And she goes, sits with these 5 guys, and the guys too hung up, that whole scene, too hung up to even try to hit on Jenny.
Right, exactly.
When he won King of the Mountain
Right,
and everything.
Right. And you're right. He could have
he's
done
the one who
whatever he
said-
wanted.
He says, you won. He was like, you're king of the mountain, not king of the no ball pussy losers. Because they already have a king. That's my brother. Dude, it's such a good line.
It is. All of it. I mean, this movie, I feel like should be bigger than it is.
Yeah.
It should be remembered as being a bigger movie. I don't know why it's not. Like, even I brought up Grind earlier. Like, that movie's
I love
forgotten
that movie.
about.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I
you're a
love that shit.
skateboarder.
Yeah.
But
It's
if
a
you're not a
classic.
skateboarder, you're not in that click scene in
Right.
that time, like, nobody talks about it.
That was shot pretty good, too. Like, it was pretty, like, it was realistic. Like, it
Sure.
wasn't-
Who grind?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got like Bucky Lasky and
Yeah,
shit. to
it
do a
wasn't
lot
just like
this.
one of those
Yeah, yeah.
ridiculous movies where, like, this guy, now he's a pro skater. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Well,
Pro
it was
skater
cool.
is also Jason London from the movie,
Yeah.
you know?
The movie was trying to do in that. I always love this shit because the move was a move he had been working on but never landed. That fucking, it's like a 720 heel flip or some shit like that for that movie. And it was like something he'd been trying to do forever. Never landed it. Still hasn't landed it.
Damn.
It was never actually landed.
That's wild to think.
Yeah. And he's the best. Bucky Lasky is easily the best first skater ever.
Right.
Hands down. Everyone's like, oh, Tony Hawk and Lance Man. Yeah, no. Those guys are great.
Yeah.
Andy
It's him
McDonald's good. No.
Well, it's between him and Bob Bergquist. Those are the two best
When they
of
used to
all
do the
time.
tandems, bro, that shit was insane. Like
It
when they
was.
were
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
vert together, like you're like, it's just magic.
Yeah,
Like,
it was amazing. That time that's when vert and skateboarding was gigantic.
Yeah.
That little era in the 90s.
Yep.
Yeah, but then it just died. Vert just died.
I
crazy.
wish, it's hard to find, but I wish they would release stuff on YouTube, like the full X Games.
Competitions? Yeah.
You know, like they do for, I think since 2000, probably like 12. Every X Games you can go and watch everything on
Right.
YouTube. I want the earlier ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want the Travis Pastrana, like doing a lazy boy and people going, "Holy shit, that
Yeah.
was the
Yeah, yeah.
craziest thing
How
ever!"
many backflips are they doing now?
Right. I want Mike
it's-
Mike
every-
Meltzer.
every
remember
ramp.
remember Mike Meltzer or whatever?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did a backflip and then a backflip, and everybody lost their fucking
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
But it was the
They're doing barrel rolls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do
It's
a barrel
crazy.
They're
roll.
doing double front flips
Yeah,
on
what the
motorcycles.
fuck?
I remember people were being like, backflip is impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry
Not
Hart.
anymore.
Yeah, he was the first one.
Almost died.
Yeah.
People are doing backflips with the bike staying where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, they're doing
Backflip
body
lazy
varial
boys.
stuff. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think
Where
what-
are they
what-
going to do next?
Yeah, what did
Die.
Pastrana do? Like 4 backflips in a row. He did like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
quad, and he was like, "I'll never do that again," because he was like, "It's one of the most dangerous things I've ever." Like for him to say that,
It's just spinning.
like,
You're
yeah,
just fucking.
he's like, you have no
good
idea
luck.
where you are. Yeah,
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah. I remember where I
My turn
was
here.
watching him do the double backflip at the X Games.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it was like we had to make a special
That
bike
was huge.
and a special ramp and
Yellow
all
bike that
this.
he had, or orange, yellow,
Yeah, I
orange,
think it was
right?
yellow,
Yeah,
but he was wearing like like a plaid something or whatever, and his mom was like, "I'm not watching because he's gonna
Man,
fucking
such
die,"
a
and then he
different
didn't
time,
die.
bro.
He just full sent that bitch.
Oh yeah,
too. And
done.
he almost fucking didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Make it. That
Oh,
landing
yeah.
was a fucking botched ass landing.
But now
But it was amazing.
in his backyard, there's people doing quad flips and
Yeah,
shit like it's
so
nothing.
crazy.
Yeah, I watched. Dude, I love watching that shit. Right, but there's one guy on a fucking scooter. So a guy had a crane, and the crane was like way up in the air, and the
Yeah.
crane had a fucking flat 4x8 piece of
Ooh.
board, and the dude launches up and lands on it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking terrifying. He keeps going. And then jumps down. It has got to be like 6 or 7 stories that he's on a fucking razor,
Yeah.
fucking professional scooter, and just lands barely on the fucking curve of that bottom and sneaks
And
out.
just goes.
It's fucking crazy.
Dude.
It's one guy that's doing this, by the way, and he's a fucking crazy person.
He's a boss.
Yeah. He does that. He does it with bicycles. He does it with
The
motorcycles.
scooter stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Those little ass wheels.
I know,
Like-
right? How are they holding up?
Yeah, how do they just not break? Yeah, I love watching when people like jump on scooters that aren't like meant for it, and they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like they snap.
Yeah.
Shit. They just get shit whipped right to the face.
Yeah.
They don't even let go. It's just wham. You're like
That's
that
the
whole
worst, man.
face is
Face
gone.
checking is the fucking worst.
There's
Yeah.
also one thing to be said though about people back in the day trying these tricks. They didn't have the soft ramps or the airbags
No.
or whatever. They were just
We just
going
went
for it.
it.
Yeah.
My
Remember,
first ramp was
street
on
bike,
concrete.
what's his face?
Yeah.
Like
Huh?
The street bike, they call him street bike
oh,
Tommy.
Street bike Tommy,
I
yeah.
did that first time. I got
Yeah, yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, amazing. But that's how you fucking die.
Yeah.
That's easily how you die.
Yeah, they're still pretty reckless, but at least they have safety precautions. Like we didn't have shit. Like our first ramps were just ramp to ramp on concrete or
Dude,
ramp to
all
ramp,
of us
like-
have eaten some serious shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've eaten lots of shit.
Yeah. It sucks.
We're gonna clip that out. I've eaten lots of shit. No, I remember going to my cousin's house one time when they first got like a GT BMX bike, right, where you could do the bar spin because
Yeah,
it
the
had the
gyro.
whatever thing.
Yeah.
And it had the 3-spoke black wheels. I don't know if you remember
Oh, the
those. Those
plastic
were,
ones.
yeah. And I remember like,
That's how you
oh,
fucking die.
well, I remember going. They had like a ramp section that they made out of dirt, and then there was like a not a tabletop, but like it was a jump and then a ending jump
Sure.
or whatever you want
Like
to
a
call it.
double, yeah.
Sure. So I was like, I got this, and I was probably like 10. I don't know what speed means. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Did
thinking
you
I
just
got it.
fly?
No, I didn't have enough speed. So when
Oh,
I
so you just
jumped,
fucking
I cased
ate
the
that.
fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And the back tire hit and then flipped me forwards, and I face planted into the dirt, and then the seat hit me in the back of the head.
We've all been there.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, that one fucking sucks.
And I got up like, I meant to do that.
Yeah, I did. I tried doing an above ground septic tank. It was at a little King's.
Is that
thing.
like a
Well,
like a
no,
move?
it's like, well, that's where they set it
Above
down and they
ground
just cover
septic
it in dirt.
I know what you're talking.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, I'm at that church before you get on the bridge, that white church. You
Yeah.
walk back, there's a huge fucking hill, maybe 5 a flat, and there's that tank.
Yeah.
And that fucking tank levels off maybe for about 12 feet. And your boy over here, fearless, all the time, been like that since I was a kid. I'm like, I got this! And it was like a fucking, it was like a 50-pound bike. It was the heaviest bike.
Sure.
And I'm fucking flying down this
Yeah.
hill. And I just go over, and I just knew I wasn't gonna make it, and I just like, okay, fucking, here we go. And I fucking had the and the handlebars went into my gut, and I just slid down the handlebars in my fucking.
Yeah, not good.
I come up, my whole fucking chest is red. I got a cherry on the side of my face because my feet are fine in the air.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sliding down with my face in grass, like,
Oh man.
That was a good one. That was a
Yeah,
solid
my
one.
parents, I remember for whatever reason, I don't know if it was for my brother, he had RC racing or whatnot, but we had,
You ever smoked someone with an RC car? I feel like that would
I've gotten hit.
suck.
Oh yeah.
I've seen
they will
videos,
snap
Like,
too.
your
yeah,
legs.
they're flying.
Oh yeah, they'll kill you.
oh yeah, my
Fuck
brother
yeah.
used to
Holy
do the 8 scale RC nitro cars, and those
I remember
bitches,
this.
all metal, titanium, you
Yeah.
know, carbon fiber, they're going like
Yeah.
50 miles an hour. You get dunked by one of those, you're going in the dirt. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
down.
dude, fuck that.
Yeah. No, I've gotten hit in the ankles a couple times. It hurts, but in our backyard, we had jumps.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you remember those? There was like a tabletop jump. I remember that big tree.
Maybe.
And then there was like a turn that we made. There was a banked turn. So we'd hit that jump, go around the
I
banked
saw it,
turn.
maybe. It's been forever.
Yeah, this is
I
probably
remember
like
trying to jump over that
2002.
lake. I do remember doing that at your house.
With
And
the
then just
crick.
fucking
Jump
eating
over the
shit.
lake.
No, so we got a creek in the
I
backyard.
called it a lake because it makes it
Yeah.
sound bigger.
Yeah, I was like,
Well, it's deep though. It's probably a good 10 feet deep.
really?
Yeah, so it just
That's
drops off.
scary.
Yeah.
But it's probably,
I looked at my Skolzy and I was like, full send? And I did.
I want to say the part that you tried to jump was the closest, but it's wide.
Yeah, it's still
Probably
no joke,
10,
man.
probably like 10
Yeah,
feet
yeah.
wide too. So like, yeah, he ate shit. He
Yeah,
almost
I
made it.
was
I remember you almost
I
made
was
Nose
it.
in your
close.
face, just
Yeah.
click.
I was close.
Yeah.
I was always doing dumb shit.
I mean,
Still.
I'm pretty sure I was like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Just for me to be like,
watch
no,
this,
he
guys.
doesn't, but I want to see this. Good thing we didn't have cell phones with cameras back in the day.
Oh, I'd be
dude.
fucking famous.
So, getting back to Out Cold, one of my favorite scenes we talked about earlier was obviously the car scene where they put him in the car and spin his ass around.
It's great.
And he
Wake him
wakes.
up.
I want to do that to somebody. Like, but how could you?
Yeah,
Unless
there's
you're
no
there.
way.
Yeah. You can clearly see to the car like rocks, like it's on a
Yeah,
fucking
it's definitely
spinning
something
thing.
Who puts a plow on the front of that fucking
When
on a
you're
car
in,
like
when
that?
you're in
I guess so.
wherever.
What is
Fuzzy
it?
navel for the lady. Sorry, that's
One fuzzy navel.
God damn it, so good. Any what the fuck moments for you guys in this movie? Anything that sticks out?
Nothing that's like the what the fuck, like, oh, this is wrong and stupid for the most part.
And
but like,
nobody's
the fuck
shitting
is
on
it? Yeah,
somebody's
yeah.
carpet.
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But what the fuck is like? This is hilarious,
Yeah.
and this would never happen to anybody. And it's the dick in the hot tub.
The
Stuff.
dick in the hot tub.
Yeah. Empty. What fucking hot tub has the fucking? I'm sure they have an empty thing, but what's like a mechanical one that sucks the water out?
The auto drain.
Yeah, is that a thing? That I don't
I
know
think
about?
that. I mean, it's
I'm
got to
not a
be.
hot tub connoisseur, but I don't
Also, hold on. If it auto drained and it sucked his dick in there, he must not have been sucked fully into that for water to continue to drain out, right?
Well, I think once is it multiple drains?
Yeah,
I didn't think about it.
science,
I didn't
right?
think about
Once you get in there and expand
off-
it, he's like heat and contraction.
Right.
I don't think they're gonna make all of that through the same. That's just a jet.
You're right.
Yeah, they'd have its own thing.
I don't know. Maybe we need to call a hot tub technician.
Yep.
And be like, hey, is there an auto drain? And he would go, there is not, sir. So this movie is terrible.
My favorite, what the fuck, it's nothing bad, but it's funny where they're having the party at the house.
Yeah.
And the guy comes over, he's like, hey, let me get some of that. And he grabs the bong, and he drinks the bong, and he's like, me gusta. And he gives the bong back, and he runs away, and Pigpen and Jenny are just like, what the fuck just happened?
That guy had to have been so fucked up.
Oh, yeah, he was like, he was just like, I'll have some of that. It was blue, dirty-ass bong. Ugh.
Hey, the fun facts of the fucking week. This was Zach Galifianakis' first major supporting role.
Good, because I love Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people got soured on him a little bit here or there. I think The Hangovers, if they would have kept it, we talked about this before.
Just the first
If
one.
they would just kept the first one, they didn't make sequels, that would be looked at as one of the greatest comedies of all time.
Okay.
Having those two and him play the same character but dumber and dumber and dumber, I think hurt his career a little bit. Due Date is hilarious.
Due Date's good.
Oh, yeah, Due Date's fantastic.
Dinner for Schmucks when he's the IRS
Yeah,
agent.
his role.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Just laughing.
Just getting redder and redder.
Yeah. Great. I don't think, I mean, the Between Two Ferns is genius.
It's fucking
That's funny.
hilarious.
It's super dry. It's so good. Yeah.
I think you should be off-putting.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's the one with Obama being on that. Like, oh my God, how did they do that? Number one, and it was great.
Oh yeah, I loved the one that had what's his face, her crush, and he goes to tell the Jewish joke
Oh yeah, yeah.
about what hits first when a Jew walks into a wall. He's like the nose. Walks into the wall with a boner. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
his
it.
nose or his dick. He's like my nose.
He's like, I just made that up.
That Out Cold though led me to Zach Galifianakis' one of his comedy specials. I don't remember.
Is
the
it
name of
him playing a piano?
Piano and he's drinking beers like that. Watching this movie literally the next night, I think we found that and watched that.
Wow, you just unlocked a memory.
Yeah.
I think I did probably the same thing, but it would have been during the time where like I had to download it on like Kazaa or Napster or something like that.
I mean, we had it on the TV. I can't
Fucking
remember how we
Napster.
got it on the TV, but we found it. I don't know what we used back then,
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
or if we I don't know how we did.
Would
but
it
we
have
watched
been
it on TV.
YouTube, but like early YouTube maybe?
Maybe I don't even know, but I remember him on stage like in a suit jacket,
Yeah.
playing the piano
Yeah.
and drinking beers. Like,
Could've
and then
been
he
a
was doing
DVD
like
or
just crowd
something.
work and stuff. Like,
The character of Barry is played by Todd Richards, a professional snowboarder and member of the 1998 U.S. Olympic snowboarding team, and is probably the most capable member of the cast on a snowboard. However, in the film, he never leaves a wheelchair.
oh, you talking about the doctor, Bill?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's fucking funny, right?
He's
He
like,
should be in
yeah,
a
either wanted to
wheelchair.
be a superstar or a blooper, and I'm a blooper. Like,
Yeah, I thought that was funny. And then again, like the dude couldn't be more of a chill guy. They paint that picture real easy, real fast. That like, yo, this girl needs to be with him.
yeah. A Pigpen punches his legs. Like, he can't feel that. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, he told me he couldn't feel it.
Yeah. He's like, who's the hot
The
dog?
doctor,
What do you
and
call
he
him?
could fly a plane. Oh,
That's
I'd
him
fucking-
right there.
Right. Two scenes featuring Victoria Silvstedt were cut. One was an extended version topless hot tub scene, which was cut to lower the MPAA rating. The other scene was a 3-minute end scene between Inga and Luke in his cabin.
Yeah. Does that live somewhere?
Got to. You need to find it. No.
So they cut it so they keep the rating
Lower,
low.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
There's only
obviously.
a certain amount.
No
of,
nipples. There was no nipples.
There were
Yeah,
very
they
close.
did. That was so that they
close.
must have done that too, because that was awkward. Where they're just like everything was perfectly laid.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was
Like-
no.
But again, it was a dream
areola.
sequence.
Yeah.
So he was keeping a PG
Yeah.
dream sequence.
It's something that he can show him humping the bench. It's so weird.
It's fucking funny.
Well, he's an idiot, so it's allowed. He's like,
Right.
just drooling.
I want a snowboard bench,
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right?
right? Or a skateboard bench.
Yeah.
Goalie stick,
Ben-
hockey bench.
Ben bitch. I'm down.
This movie is very loosely based on Casablanca. It can be seen when Rick has a flashback of him
Oh,
and
like
Anna.
going back. Okay,
When
I
Rick
see that.
says, of all of the bars and all of the ski towns in Alaska, much like of all the gin joints in all of the towns in all the world. When Anna has Luke, Sam, and Casablanca play their song, Rick walks in, and finally, in one of the closing scenes, when Anna gets on the plane and Rick says,
Casablanca.
"We'll always have Pedro O'Hornies,"
Yeah.
which is a direct reference to Humphrey Bogart's famous "We'll always have Paris" quote. Later in the film, Rick can be seen wearing the same suit as Rick Blaine from Casablanca.
dude, the where he's like remembering going out with her in that 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
it's like the cheesiest backdrops,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
them on the fucking wave and shit.
Yeah.
I remember when he's riding the bike, the tandem bike, but he's in the
By
back.
himself.
Yeah,
he's in the
by
back.
himself. He's just dude.
That must have
She
been
never,
fun. to
she
film.
never showed up.
Yeah. Anna wears an OSI wind cheater. OSI stands for the Office of Scientific Intelligence. This was the employer of Lee Major's character, Steve Austin, in The $6 Million Man.
So there's connection, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
They had some fun.
Nice.
Or they're in the same universe, and Lee Majors in this movie is the
Is
$6 Million Man still.
This is retirement plan.
Right.
Just
Making-
playing it easy, not going
exactly.
too hard in the paint. You know.
Right. Trying to make resorts in Alaska.
Sure. Hey.
Also, was this not the warmest version of Alaska ever? People are outside in fucking t-shirts and just hanging out.
Sure.
But
Well,
I think you
at
adapt.
night.
I really feel like you adapt.
summertime in Alaska is not like super freezing. You know, so
I
maybe it was
guess.
that time of year.
You're from the great.
I am. I would have been
from
fucking
the Great
frozen.
Yeah.
It was cold up there.
Well, now you're
I'm acclimatized.
you're a statesman.
Around the
Summer, you're sitting around 60-something, right? 50-something. You're up in the mountain. I'm sure.
In Alaska, when there's snow on the
Yeah.
ground
Yeah.
everywhere, maybe in the sun, but at
Yeah,
night,
they stay
be
kissed by
cold.
the snow
Well, that's what I mean, there's
in
a
the
couple parts
summertime.
where,
If you're
like-
up top, all mountains do for the most part.
When he's in the hot tub, and then when he's like when he gets molested by the polar bear,
Yeah.
it's like he would probably be dead, like he'd be frozen to death. But
yeah,
he's also highly intoxicated.
that warms your core temp up.
The guy's clearly an animal. Like I
Oh,
feel like
right.
he might survive.
He's got a beard.
Yeah.
The fact that
keeps
the
him,
pranks keep happening every night
Yeah.
is great.
and it's just to him.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking
When
phenomenal.
he's gonna shave his eyebrows, he goes, "Been there, done that. Have pictures."
It's like, this car's from a fire hydrant. This car's
Same accident.
Yeah, blah blah blah.
He skateboarded off a truck into a fire hydrant. The quickest story of all 3 scars.
God damn it, so good. And I bet you that was just all ad libbed by him.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Well, they must have been so painful.
All right, final decision time out of 10. What would we give this movie, score wise, and why? Wally.
I'm gonna give it a 6. It was a sleeper. It was good, man.
Yeah.
I forgot the movie was good. This is fucking. It's hilarious. It's fucking super good. It stays at a 6 because it's still in the back of my mind in the depths
Right.
In the
until
dirty
it comes
depths.
back out again in another fucking
Yeah.
I got
10,
you.
15 years. You know,
All right, fair enough.
I'll
6.
remember the scenes before I remember the movie.
Right.
makes
okay.
sense.
That makes
makes
So
sense.
you're
No.
like, where's that? What's that from?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's how I remembered it before you guys. Because I was like, Out Cold, I've seen this. I
Yeah.
know it by name.
Right.
What the fuck is this about? And I'm like, oh, it's when he fucking spins in the car and gets his dick stuck in the yeah. You know?
It's the jacuzzi one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got you.
exactly.
Josh, what do you got?
Man, I feel like I always go so high, but every movie we've done, I really
It's
truly
only recent.
enjoy.
It's
like,
it's
like,
only recent for me.
but this one just hits me in the era, like we talked about. Like when I even mentioned it, he was like, "I love that movie. I haven't seen
Yep,
it forever,"
yep.
and I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "Good pick." So like, I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go like 7.7.
Yeah.
7.7. I
That's
like
a-
it. All right,
I like
that's
it,
cool.
yeah.
It's a cult. To me, it's like a cult classic. It's almost borderline. I wish it was more popular. It would be. Like you said, you nailed it earlier. Our time frame, the music, the snowboarding, the
Sure,
X Games
yeah.
feel. You know, it's a misfit movie.
It
You know,
really is. Yeah,
so-
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm with Wally. I'm gonna give this a 6 as well. I want to give it a higher score. I'm just digging it in. I want to give it a higher score, but my metrics here of myself, I can't go higher.
Yeah, stay true.
I
I'm
gotta
still
stay true.
building mine.
Yeah.
I'm learning my metrics. I
Yeah,
gotta
there you go.
figure it
we
out.
gotta stop mentioning like Tropic Thunder when we do comedies and shit like that.
You're
because
right. You're right. It
Yeah,
So
skews
that's,
it.
the bar is so high when you
That's
bring a
almost
movie up
perfect.
like that. Yeah.
So like I'm waiting for me like to hit a comedy where it's like, oh yeah, this is a 9.
Right. That's what
Or
I'm
this
saying.
is a
So how can you
fucking-
give a movie that's is funny but isn't regarded as being super great?
And this is another thing I
Yeah.
talked to him. I don't know if I've talked to you about before, but a comedy has to kind of it sits in its own
category.
group of scoring for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I have to compare a comedy to a movie that's like has like a bunch of depth,
Right.
like-
If you got
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder and Schindler's List,
yeah,
obviously they're both 9s out of 10s, but for different
So
reasons.
My comedies are in their own thing now.
Right.
I've decided
Yeah.
to put them in my own
Yeah.
thing.
I've always done that way because I have a really bad problem with ranking things because I'm like, bro, when I love something, I love it. So
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I don't even want to do A, B. No, that's in there. You know,
It's
I
in the
just-
love it
Yeah,
category.
yeah, it's in the love it category.
Well, yeah. So like The Love Guru, I fucking love that movie.
right.
I give it
Yeah,
like a
he's-
5 out of 10. But I would watch it every day if
Yeah.
I could because I just love everything about Mike Myers. The Leafs win the cup. I mean, come on. Every joke in that movie, a lot of people hate it. Me and my wife, and that's another thing I brought up during that review that we did, is me and my wife enjoy that movie together. So
Right.
that adds something
Adds
to
into
it,
it, yeah.
It's
right?
the only reason they got married.
Then you can quote it.
But
together.
one
If
of
she
them-
would have said no,
What-
she
one
would
of
like,
But
Get the fuck out of here.
hey, you want to watch a love guru before you go? It's
All right, we're good. So again, that's what my metrics are a little skewed because of certain things with
Right.
regards to like Back to the Future 2 is a 10 out of 10. I can't give something that's not nowhere near that ballparked close to it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So 6 out of 10 still is a great movie, and you need to watch it. Like my don't watch movies are 3 and lower.
Okay.
Even a 3 might be like, this is still something to watch.
Wow. Yeah.
I gave a 3 to fucking Alpha Dog last week. Don't watch that.
Yeah, that would have
Alright.
been that'd be my lowest ranking one.
Yeah.
as
yeah,
well.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was fucking garbage.
Unless you want to see somebody shit on a fucking
What
carpet.
the fuck? Tara, you listen to this fucking movie sucks.
How did she ranked it so high? She loves that movie.
She gave it like a 5
yeah,
too,
the,
though.
the
Really?
fuck?
Yeah, I was like, why'd you pick it?
I feel like this is a perfect example of a boy writing a movie, like a teenage boy writing a movie, like 17 years old. This is what we're going to be doing, you know? This is what
this is what life
the
really
pig- the
is.
pig-
that
pen,
was like
yeah.
a 14-year-old girl that
Right.
wrote a movie about what they think guys do.
Yeah.
That's what
Suck
Alpha
my
Dog-
dick.
Yeah.
That's what Alpha Dog was.
That's exactly what it was.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Stupid. Anyways, next week, Walter,
Oh, I want to do a big boy
you
one.
want to do a big one?
I want to do the Departed.
Ooh,
That's
nice.
right. We talked about we're doing.
Yeah.
Are you a
I'm
co-op?
not- Yeah, I'm not backing from this one because this one's. We've had a lot of like oldie, like fun, like oh yeah, that's a cool movie. I haven't heard about that in a while. But this is just a big fucking like this is a
I'm trying to think.
mountain
That's
of a
a good
fucking
movie.
movie.
I'm trying to think.
A lot to unpack too.
I don't think we've done a serious movie.
Well, we tried to do a couple of old ones. Like we tried to do that one where Edward Norton was trying to play a disabled person.
But that's not serious.
Yeah, it was. It was
Well,
a
I mean,
serious
like-
movie.
You never go full
Never
disabled.
go full
You never-
retard.
Yeah. But
I'll
like
say it.
a movie that's like trying to be
Jump in.
one of the best movies. You know, that's what
Yeah.
it
I
kind of
understand.
feels like. Yeah.
Farting in bathtubs.
Went to the Grammys, went home empty-handed.
Come on, man.
You never go full retard. Sean Penn,
Look shredded like a julienne salad. Boy, you got any tips?
give me that map.
The best part of that movie, I'm going to bring it up every time, is when
I
the
gotta
one
watch it
dude's
again, but
taking
that might be my 10.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Really?
That might be close. Yeah.
when the one dude's taking a piss, and Robert Downey Jr. comes up beside him, and then no. So he does it nicely, and he's like, I'm just taking a piss, and then Ben Stiller comes up with a knife and opens it, and he's like everywhere. And he's like, I'm just it's so funny.
I have your TiVo.
Tugger nuts. It's
Jack
great.
Black's character is so good in that whole movie. He's like, my Skittles.
Cup the balls, stroke the shaft,
Swallow gravy.
swallow the gravy. There's so many people that steal the movie. Yeah,
It's Fatty's Parts 2.
Fucking Tom Cruise is fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
This is Flaming Dragon. I don't care who you
Fuckface.
are. Right? It's good. Okay, re-reviews coming soon. We'll get to that.
We got to do that.
Josh
The
will be here for
Departed.
that. The Departed next week is going to be fun. Like I said, there hasn't been a very, very serious type movie on here in a while, or at least like a thriller, if you will, for a good bit. We did, what was the one with Jack Black, with Bruce Willis? The Jackal.
The Jackal. Was
We did that.
fantastic.
Jackal, that's a
His
good movie,
arm.
yeah.
fucking- Or no, leg. Was it leg
No,
and
it
arm?
was arm.
It was arm.
It was
okay.
arm. And then he just
Hold your
blew him in
arm out.
half. Yeah. So, The Departed next week.
I'm in.
Sweet. Everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. We got in and we got out of this one quick. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Bye.